Good round, please welcome to the stage Peter Kleinhans.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out, especially people who had to come through the terrible weather last night and this morning. I really appreciate it. We've got 9 songs for you. They're all original compositions. We should be wrapped up in an hour or less, so enjoy. Lucy got off her hands, she stood on her feet. She went and found a cute caveman, said, come over to me and multiply here with me under the stars. This whole damn planet, boy, it's gonna be ours. 3 million years, 3 million years. Her grandson left the woods, his arms covered in cuts. He said, who needs berries and who needs nuts? Let's take these seeds, we'll throw them down in a row. We'll sit back and we'll watch them grow. There's never been another moment like this. There's never been another moment like this. So swing low and come on in for the kiss, 'cause there's never ever been another moment, a moment like this. We made it through an ice age and we made it through drought. We built civilizations and we wiped them out. We died in plagues and we died at war, but one thing we always knew we wanted was more, more, more. One fine day we stuck a straw in the ground, pumped out the storage, sunshine went and drove all around. We're gonna use it all up in under 200 years, and now we're listening to dying wheels and frozen gears. There's never been another moment like this. There's never been another moment like this. So swing low and come on in for the kiss, 'cause there's never ever been another moment, a moment like this. 3 million years, 3 million years. This right, we might both end with a smile. 8 billion people just like us. 8 billion people on a ball of dust. There's never been another moment like this. There's never been another moment like this. So put down your phone and come up for a kiss, 'cause there'll never ever be another moment, a moment like this. 3 million years, 3 million years, 3 million years, 3 million years. Lucy's children caught in space, infinitely growing in a finite place. See it written right across a darkening sky. Adapt or die. Adapt or die. There's never been another moment like this. There's never been another moment like this. So swing low and come on in for the kiss, 'cause there'll never ever be another moment, a moment like this. Thank you. So I'm Peter Kleinhans. This is my first release of an album, which I've been working on for the past 4 or 5 years. One of the main ideas in the album is supposed to be about different characters, different people. Try not to have too much of myself in there. I'm trying to reach out and imagine what it's like to be all different sorts of people. This next song is the only one for which I did not write the lyrics. The lyrics were written by a poet who is my favorite poet, Stephen Dobbins. This is a love poem that he wrote for a woman, and 12 years later he actually married her. They were married for 30 years. She passed away a few years ago. I didn't know any of that story when I wrote this. When I decided to make a song out of this poem, I actually just found out when I managed to reach Mr. Dobbins just this past year. But I think it's a beautiful poem. It means even more having heard the reality behind the story. It's called A Separate Time. In the years since I saw you on Sunday, I left my house and walked out on the earth with only my occasional luck and knowledge of cards. I saw men and women constantly dissatisfied who had not learned to close their hands, sewing and patching their few words, fashioning garments they hoped to grow into. There were winters sheltered in a cabin beneath pines, frozen rivers, animals crazy with hunger, but always I saw myself walking toward you. As a drop of water touching the earth immediately turns toward the sea, toward the sea in a separate time, a separate time. Tonight I visit your house in the time that's precious to newspapers and clocks. Only a few days have passed. The room is quiet, quiet. Looking into your eyes, I am an exile, turning the corner of the last cliff, who suddenly sees his home valley with its steep terraced fields and its white-roofed houses gathered there on the hillside, and then the blaze of wood smoke and a woman calling her husband in for the night, in for the night in a separate time, in a separate time. Always I see myself walking toward you, as a drop of water touching the earth immediately turns toward the sea, toward the sea in a separate time, in a separate time. Separate time, in a separate time, in a separate time. Thank you. Now, while that was a love story that was something that he imagined before it happened, a lot of times relationships aren't as easy, and this next song is about someone who's a little bit more unsure. Here's the sock you left on the floor. Here's the path leading out the door. Can't spend another day with you. I won't hollow myself out anymore. 'Cause today I'm leaving home. I'm leaving home. I'm leaving home. Leaving home. Up on the stage we acted happy, and I performed well at my part. And I'm a master of suspending disbelief, but I can't suspend my heart. And I'll settle in the driver's seat, slam the door and latch the belt. Gonna turn the key and drive away. Gonna watch my worries melt. And speeding toward my windshield is a future free of you. And I glance back in my mirror as your face recedes from view. And today is the day. Today is the day. I'm leaving home. Leaving home. Spent too much of my gold on you. Spent too much growing old on you. And it's not always your choice. And it's time I found my voice. Spent too much of my gold on you. Spent too much growing old on you. And it's not always your choice. And it's time I found my voice. And I'm leaving home. And I'm leaving home. I'm leaving home. But something's catching in my throat. I can't remember to forget the way I know you'll feel when you discover that I've left. And my foot's still on the pedal, but I can't help from looking back. And I don't think I've ever seen a tear of yours and managed not to crack. Cars pass north, east, south, and west of me, silent but the whirring of my mind's own machinery. How can I surrender to that sadness that you wear? Wake me from this sweet dream, I'm already there. There's a knot inside my stomach, and now you're opening the door, and you're looking quite fine tonight. And the sock is off the floor, and I'll wear my illegal smile. I won't climb any hill too steep. I've got Xanax to control my nerves. I've got Ambien to sleep. And I'm leaving home. And I'm leaving home. Yes, tomorrow